an award-winning actor, producer, DJ, man about the house. He is a legend. Idris Elba, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Yeah, we're very good, thank you. Idris, 2 films out at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's exciting times. No, it's one of these congestion things, you know. You make this film here and then you make that film there separately and then they come out the same time.
Well, one of the films that you're here to talk about today is, of course, 3,000 Years of Longing.
All right, Idris, let's just take a look at some of the films that you made prior to this. Thor, Avengers, Jungle Book, Sonic the Hedgehog and Suicide Squad. Apart from that, you're DJ as well. Launched a podcast with the missus as well. And also a skincare line. So
yes.
You are a busy, busy boy.
Very busy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in charge of your diary, that's for sure.
Oh, Marsha's in charge of my diary and she's tired all the time. She's more tired than me.
I bet she
But we're not going to mention my ears in the film.
Yeah, I was just going to get to that.
I was just about to talk to you. Right, so you play a genie in this film, and it's not a genie as we would know it. I was so interested reading up on this morning because you've actually created your own accent.
Yeah, so it's not a genie, it's referred to as a jinn, which is sort of like a very old way to say genie. Jinn comes from sort of like Islamic background, and it's in that. But genie comes from the French word genius, so as it turned from jinn to genie, they called it a genius. And in this character, he's been a jinn for 3,000 years, and every time he's got out of the bottle, he's had a mishap that's put him back in a bottle, and it's happened for 3,000 years. And so he's been there before English was invented or any of the languages. So we had to come up with an accent that just sort of sounded like it could stand the test of time, you know. And we basically worked with a really great phonetics person called Susan Doherty, yep. And she helped me sort of pull together this sort of accent. So we pulled from sort of Arabic, and we pulled from really old languages that don't exist anymore.
And how long does something like that take?
It took about 6 weeks to perfect. Yeah. So you start off, you write down stuff, and you know, I've done accents in the past, but this was really sort of technical, trying to figure out, well, what would it sound like if I said this in English? You know, what would I say that? Yeah.
Because I would imagine once you're on set and once you're working alongside someone like Tilda Swinton, you can't kind of say, oh, can we just do that again? I missed this or I missed that. Let me just. So I guess as soon as you walk on, you've got to be ready, right? You've just got to.
Yeah. Well, the process, you know, because we worked in Sydney, so George Miller, amazing director, Mad Max. You know, he wanted to shoot it in Sydney, and at the time, the world was in a pandemic, literally locked down, and Sydney wasn't. So when we got there, they were really cautious. We had to stay in a hotel room for like 2 weeks before we could even get out. And Tilda's and I were adjacent to each other, so we did our lines over the balcony. And basically, that's how we started to prepare. And every day for about 4 weeks, we were on Zooms with George, talking about the scripts, Is
it true that once you're on a movie set, you don't rehearse? You've done all of that in like a rehearsal room prior, and then once you're in character, dressed and ready to go, you just do it?
Yeah, sometimes. You know, sometimes you walk onto the set and then you'll just figure out where you can go, what you want to do. If you know your lines, then you don't need to rehearse. But sometimes you might not know your lines in the space.
It might feel different once you're there.
Yeah, exactly, so you do it.
There has been a lot of attention on one scene in particular with yourself and Tilda. Tell us about, I think I read somewhere that you called it a Lovecraft.
Yeah, in the film it's called, not lovemaking, it's called Lovecraft. It's kind of like a way a djinn makes love. And it's one of the beautiful parts of the movie because it's a real special effects, painting, moving imagery thing that's incredible. So the way he makes love is very different from how humans do. And so George goes to explain that visually, and it's beautiful to look at.
Amazing. Is this a difficult movie to make? Because there's lots of effects.
It was, yeah.
I mean, you've done loads of films with green screen and stuff like that, but as that process and as that technology evolves, does it get easier or does it get more difficult?
It gets more complicated, you know, like, so there's a scene where you see I look massive. Well, I had to get
like Triple H who's coming in later.
Yeah. I had to get into a box, like a tiny box that looked exactly the same as the hotel room to give the illusion of scale.
And the box was dressed?
Yeah, it was, honestly, it was a size like this, and I had to get into it, and it was very
these are the things I love to know about filmmaking. You know, as somebody that watches films, but I know nothing about films apart from watching them as, you know, as a viewer. I love...
Do you ever get used to being a movie star? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean take it for granted, but when you walk on set, you kind of think, yeah, I'm comfortable here. Or is there still a pinch myself moment?
Always, yeah, always. I shot a film and I was in Iceland and I looked around and there was like snow and mountains everywhere, you know, everywhere. And I was like, wow, this is my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always have those moments.
Because one of the first things you ever did was you were an actor in one of those reconstructions on Crime Watch, is that right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. That was me.
There you go. I love that. I love that. You've also got another blockbuster, Beast, that's out too. Tell us a little bit about Beast.
Yeah, Beast is out, and we opened it in Hackney. I was really happy. We did a screening, a very special screening in Hackney. It's about man versus lion. It's really one of the oldest genres, man versus beast, right? But this is a story about a dad, his 2 children. They go to Africa to mourn their late mum, and when they get there, the village that she's from has been ravaged, and basically it's like a survival movie about, you know, this family trying to survive while in...
And you shot all of this in South Africa,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah,
Were there real beasts, real lions, or no?
No real lions. No, it was all CGI. We did have a lion that came on set to sort of... We take pictures of the lion so we could see what the light does and just see how it moves, but no real lions, of course not.
You don't know.
I wouldn't be here.
You don't know.
I wouldn't be here.
What genre of movie do you like? When a script... I mean, I must imagine that your office is full of scripts. I must imagine it's pile high. The inbox is huge. And the bin probably stacked.
No.
But the oak tray, very selective. What kind of script do you look for as an actor, as an artist, as someone who wants to perfect their craft?
More and more, like when I do action scripts and I'm running around, I'm like, OK, I'm going to do a film in an office next time because I'm just knackered half the time. Can I just play a fisherman, please? Just sitting on a boat talking to his mate.
Yeah.
But for me, it's all about trying to do something that I haven't done before.
Right.
Like, that's why my roles are so varied, you know, and I try to not play the same characters.
Which is really refreshing for the viewer as well, for us that go to the cinema and watch you do what you do, because it's like, we never know what we're going to get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's very true.
No, it's great.
It's true.
Yeah.
So, I have to ask you, because when I said that you were coming on today, I had so many messages saying, Luther, the film, is it going to happen?
Yes. No, but it's happened. We've shot it.
Oh, right.
We're editing it now, and I'm really excited for Luther the movie because it is a step up from the TV show. The TV show is incredible, and the fans hopefully will come over to the movie, which just has a lot more scale and it, you know, a bit more international. Yeah.
OK.
And those of us that don't, those people who don't really submerge themselves in movies can also watch you DJ.
Yes.
Where's the next gig, Idris?
The next gig's Ibiza, man. I'm going
Nice.
to be in Ibiza doing the closing. I know.
We're on our way.
No, please come, please come.
I mean, we could have done this there.
I've DJed with Martin before, your husband.
Marv, you have, that's right.
Martin.
Marvin, yes. Do you know, call him Martin, I prefer that.
No,
I love that, I'm telling you. You just got called Martin.
No. Sorry, Marv, please.
So
Do you enjoy that? Is that a nice break from... Sorry, Roger.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, it's actually where you spend a lot of your summer, right?
Yeah. I've been DJing since I was, like, 14 years old, so DJing is a natural place for me to reset, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm doing a lot of acting, you're being someone else the whole time, and you're DJing, it's just you. No one cares if you can act, so... And I've done, like, 4 seasons in Ibiza. I love it, man.
I think you were at High when we were there.
Yeah. Did you come?
Yes.
No.
We were there on a Wednesday. We were there on a Wednesday. You were there on a Friday.
OK.
You were there on a Friday. You were there to get tonight.
Yes,
right?
That's right.
Was I supposed to be at night? And then talk to me about your podcast, because I know that you and your lovely wife, Sabrina, you do that together.
Yeah.
Is it nice working together for those moments?
It's different, you know? It's really interesting. Like, Sabrina doesn't come from an entertainment background, and then, like, she gets into a podcast. She's really good at it. She's good at talking. She has a lovely voice, and she's very investigative. So it's been a pleasure watching her and doing it. And, you know, the idea around coupledom is trying to figure out, you know, what makes partnerships work. Not just, like, you two are a partnership right now. What makes you guys work? I'm really keen to understand. Is it the food?
Yeah, we instantly bonded over our love for food.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, when you eat on these shows, you know, some people, I guess, eat them and don't maybe continue eating into the break. We start the next break with food in our teeth.
Yeah.
We
Really?
love food.
Yeah,
We really do.
But communication is the key, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
The fact that you're doing a podcast with your missus and you're talking openly to us, the listener.
Yeah.
And I would imagine there's some topics in there where you kind of shuffle a little bit in your seat. But communication is the key, isn't it?
I think, you know, honestly, especially when you're doing a podcast on partnerships, and we are a partnership, you have to be honest, especially
Yeah,
on a
of
podcast,
course.
because you're not there for the visual entertainment. You're there to listen to someone speak. So Sabrina and I have to delve into places that are, you know, private or whatever, but it's fun. It's also therapy for us, you know. And
Well, I was going to say that, though. It must be actually quite therapeutic,
Yeah,
too. And I know that you've got a skincare
Yep.
line together,
Yep.
which you recently launched. Tell us a little bit about that, because I know that's important to you both.
Yeah, it's a natural sort of extension of the partnership. So we've got a genderless skincare, which, you know, we've formulated to have as many natural ingredients. And that's because Sabrina and I both are EFAD representatives who represent smallholder farmers. And that represents our relationship with the earth. I know this sounds lofty, but it's all struck together. So our partnership with the earth, our partnership with who we are, and then the skincare being something that, you know, you and your partner can use together is all sort of part of the same thing. So Sable, which is Elbas backwards,
Nice.
is basically a sort of extension. And what we're hoping to do is have a skincare range that really does examine how, you know, like not the two of you because you're not romantic, but you and Marvin
Myself and Tess.
can you know, maybe use less bottles at the house and use the same stuff.
It's
And
I was just going to say,
It's
I would imagine
important.
that because it is genderless, you could just literally empty the bathroom cabinet and put one of each in, and then
this
you're
is
done.
Yeah.
honestly, when Sabrina and I were in lockdown, real lockdown in America, and like we couldn't go shopping and stuff, we found ourselves going, well, this says for men, I can't use that. It says for women, and we're like, why is that?
Yeah, why does that differ?
Skin is skin. It's an organism. We've all got it, and so we that's where the seed was planted. And we've got 3 products at the moment, a toner, a cleanser and a moisturiser. It's really good. Look at my skin.
There you go. It's working. It's definitely working.
Posted by Phillip as well.
Before you go, we must say a big happy birthday for next week.
Yeah,
This is
thank
a
you
big
very
one.
much. I know.
Any plans?
No, not Ibiza. No, I'm going to chill. I think I'm just going to have some friends and family around. We're just going to wreck a hotel room in Dubai.
Good man.
Joking.
He knows. Yeah,
I know why you said that, though.
I know why you said that too.
But it's something to celebrate, isn't it?
No, it is,
Big
man.
birthday.
I'm very... And it's weird, because at 50, you know, I still feel like I've got so much to learn and so much I want to discover and so much curiosity, but 50, man, that's
It's a big
like-
milestone.
We've run out of time, but quickly, are you worried about getting older?
No, man. Every day's my birthday. Every day.
Absolutely.
Oh, I love that.
Gentlemen.
And with that skincare, it's working.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Amazing.
you.